There we go. Okay, and welcome to Exeter, New Hampshire, home of the Seacoast Spartans Academy. And we're going to be set to bring you the third game. Sorry, yeah, third game. No, this is fourth game, isn't it? This is our fourth game. Fourth game. So this is the semifinals of the New England tournament. And sorry, we're having an impromptu meeting first. Mr. Correa is coming over to offer some advice. But sorry, folks, so it's the fourth game in the New England tournament. The winner of today's game will get to play in the finals tomorrow at 8 a.m. against either the Cyclones or Mount St. Charles. And we're going to have introductions right now. And we're almost ready to go here. So looks like in net you're going to have Chris Faitch for Mid-Fairfield and Blake Dryden, former Mid-Fairfield player.
Number 19, Joe Von.
So they're introducing the Yale players first. There's Dylan Rothstein, former Mid-Fairfield player.
Number 26, Jack Schwartz.
And Jack Schwartz, former Mid-Fairfield player.
Number 96, Chase Hoffman.
And you'll see that a lot of times as the kids go on to prep school. Some of the Yale players are split season players. And here's Mid-Fairfield. So Christian Lopiano, your first player. Yanni Malafis. His dad is on camera.
Number 21, Luca
Let's see. Figurino. Caccaro.
Number 19, Brody Show.
Maddie with a fancy stop at the blue line. And Shunk will be your defenseman. And Chris Faitch will get the start in net. And let's see. So they're going to do the Star Spangled. So we'll take a short break and I'll be right back with you. Okay, and we're gonna be set to drop the puck just here in a minute or so. All right, so your starting lineup, you're gonna have Yanni Malafis at center, Lopiano, Figurino up front, Picaro and Shunk on D. Win by mid-Fairfield. Mid-Fairfield struggling to control it on the glass. Puck reverses course. Shunk pinned along the boards and Yale back up with it. Rothstein back and forth passing with Schwartz over to Kakaro. Yale coming out strong here, it looks like. And kicked aside by one of the Yale players. Mid-Fairfield in control of the puck. Here comes Lopiano, tries to get by Schwartz. Out in front is Malafis, and he goes tumbling after colliding with Dryden. Just a hustle play.
I'm like 50%.
So mid-Fairfield with a scoring opportunity there. Lopiano and Malafis working the puck. Ref giving Blake a couple of seconds to get himself back together again. So coach changing out the group here. He's got Scranton, Johnston, LeConte up front, O'Neill and Hurl on the blue line. And I think part of Blake's helmet fell off. I think that's what he's motioning to. It's that it's missing a piece of hardware. So he's going to switch helmets with his goalie partner, Trevor. His coach is going to take a look at the helmet. Scranton at the face-off. Win. LeConte unable to get anything on it though. Yale looks to break it out, but tap. O'Neill over to Hurl and shoved in. LeConte races with a forecheck. Tried to shovel it out. Johnston working to keep the puck in, but Yale looks like it's gonna, it's gonna break it out. Fenstead able to gain the mid-Fairfield zone. Hits the brakes, turns, leaves the puck. Yale's still up with it. But now here comes mid-Fairfield. Johnston now over the blue line, over to LeConte. Tries give and go passing. And here comes Yale across the center line. Out in front. Mid-Fairfield racing towards the puck. Lots of turnovers so far in the neutral zone. DeRoberts looks like he's hung up there. Pan trying to keep the puck on center. Mid-Fairfield, good job. Boudry now up with the puck, dumps it in on Dryden. Pan now up with it, off angle. Tries to draw Yale in. Oh, misfires. Fage turns and dumps it to the corner. Two Yale players now all over Boudry. Nice play by Correa to come dislodge the puck. Here comes DeRoberts. Flies over the center line. DeRoberts still with the puck. DeRoberts, tried to set up Pan. Ware now along the end boards with Pan. Pan shovels it out to Boudry. And Yale throws the puck out of their zone. Oh, it gets by one player. Shot, saved by Fates with a blocker, off angle. And DeRoberts back up with it. Oh, Rothstein gets around the defenseman. Shot, misses the net. Rothstein back up with it, tries to set up his teammate. Puck skips out to the blue line. Puck behind Faitch. And finally, mid-Fairfield looks like they got things settled down, but no. And there's going to be an offside. Puck stolen by Yale as they try to break it out of the mid-Fairfield, tries to break it out. So we've got 13:26 left in the first period. We're still scoreless. By mid-Fairfield. Lopiano up with it. Lopiano trying to set up Scranton with the puck. Gaccaro comes in, pinches in. Gaccaro over to Figurino behind the net, out in front. Figurino out to Shunk, shot. Nice save by Dryden there. Figurino still with the puck. Mid-Fairfield's got to be careful here. Shunk gets there first, but Yale in control of the puck, but now it's pinned up along the corner. Lopiano enters the fray, but out to the Yale defenseman. Shot, pad save by Faitch, and here comes mid-Fairfield. Scranton over the center line. Scranton looks for Lopiano, but Scranton shot, saved by Dryden. So we see Mike Dryden returning Blake's mask to him, repaired. So goalie's father always have to be on duty. So Cullen Correa out there with LeConte and Johnston. O'Neill and Hurl out there on D. Win by Yale. Oh, nice play by O'Neill, was falling down but swept the puck away. Could have prevented a breakaway. But Yale getting all these 50-50 pucks right now. Here comes Johnston over center ice. Oh, he's got LeConte in tow. But good stick work by Yale to deny. And now Yale into the zone, saved by Faitch, but off the rebound, loose out in front. But Faitch is able to control it finally. So Malefus is back at center. Win by mid-Fairfield. O'Neill slides it over to Malefus. Or, sorry, to Ludke. Here comes Yanni Malefus. Malefus with a shot, blocked. But Ware with a rebound shot. Picked still up, puck still loose. And finally, Dryden's able to get a glove on it. 2 or 3 rebounds right in front of Dryden. Mid-Fairfield poking at it, but no doing. So Malefus, Ware, and Pan up front. DeRoberts and Boudry on the blue line. Win by Malefus, but he's pinned up along the boards. Rothstein steals the puck. Ware with a shot, misses the net. Whistles around the glass. DeRoberts throws it back into the opposite corner. Ware gets there first, gets it over to Malefus. Malefus shovels it out to DeRoberts. Back to Malefus. Oh, puts it right between the legs of Rothstein, but too high on the net. Pan now behind the net. Pan still fighting for position, and it's thrown the length of the ice, and that should be an icing call right there. So 11:08, we're still scoreless. So Scranton at the face-off. He's got low piano just over his shoulder, but win by mid-Fairfield and launched into the Yale bench. Almost takes out one of the coaches with minus a helmet. That would have hurt. So Scranton, Lukey, and low piano. Coccaro and Shunk up front. Puck goes behind Chris. And Fairfield up with it now. Cross-ice pass, but too strong. Lopiano's going to get there first, though. Puts a shot somehow on Dryden. I don't know how he did that. And Yale back in control in their own zone. Mishandles the puck at the slot. Scranton gets there and knocks it over to Ludke. And then over to Lopiano. It's blocked by a Yale player. Scranton back up with it. Jones picks his pocket. And here comes Yale. Throws it in the length, into behind Fage. Coccaro back up with it. Leaves it for Shunk. Up to Ludke. Correa was fixing his gloves when Lukey was trying to pass him the puck. That usually doesn't work. Yale doing a good job throwing the puck around. Oh, great save by Fage. Oh, jeez, and it goes off into the corner. Mid-Fairfield got a little careless there with the puck. Shot, another save by Fage. And here comes mid-Fairfield, Coccaro. Coccaro's held up. Slides it over to Correa. Correa out in front, shot! And it's in! Reese Johnston takes advantage of the rebound off of Dryden and able to drive it in. So a greasy goal for Reese. And mid-Fairfield is up 1-0 over Yale. The Yale coaches were howling about 30 seconds before that over a missed offside. But with 4 refs, that's kind of tough to do, but Yale back in control of the puck, feeds the puck. Pearl trying to get it there. Rothstein gets in the way. Rothstein with the puck. He's dangerous with that puck.
Is it good now or not? We're like 40%.
Puck skips off to the side of Fage. Reverses course. Rothstein battling it with mid-Fairfield over there. O'Neill's trying to get it to Johnston, does, out of Malefus. And there's going to be an icing call there.
They're saying it's too bright.
That's about the best.
We're like 40%.
That's about the best you can do. So Malefus back at center. O'Neill slides it over to the opposite side. Yale back up with it. Shot, misses the net. And Fairfield trying to break it out, but Yale keeps it back in again. It's stolen. Now Yale back up with it again. Shot, saved by Fage. Oh, that was close. Puck skip. Puck got behind Chris, but evidently he was able to secure the puck before it went over the line. Roberts trying to get the puck over to Figurino, too much on it. Roberts now tries to throw it in there, but stolen, and they're going to be an offside on Yale. Joey Jones wasn't expecting that puck. Momentum carried him over to the mid-Fairfield zone. Okay, we got 7:40 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield up by 1 by a Reese Johnston goal. Vartanian now up with the puck, dumps it into the corner. Vartanian races in behind Dryden, gets there first, leaves it for Caccaro, but Caccaro overskates it. Now he's back in control of the puck. Caccaro hits the brakes and reverses course. Caccaro back up with it, over to Pan. Pan tries a shot, but the shooting lane is blocked. And Yale content to dump it in. Shunk now gives chase. Still pinned. Oh, the puck came in on the side of Fage. It took a dog leg off the end board. And so 6:57 left in the first period. So Correa at center. Shot over Fage's head. It must have gone up into the netting. .654 left. Correa still at center. Rothstein's thrown out of the face-off. Or no, sorry, they were waiting for a puck. Lopiano out there with him. I'm sorry, folks, I can't see that corner over there. Shunk and O'Neill, your defenseman. Yale dumps it back in. Hurl out there too, I think. Sorry, Lutke was out there. My apologies, folks. Oh, Lutke tried to hit Lopiano in stride, but here comes Lutke back up with the puck. Lutke gets by one defenseman, hits the brakes, shovels it out to Hurl. Shot, misses the net. Lopiano races over there. And here comes Jack Schwartz from Yale. And they're going to be an offside. Rothstein just so dangerous with that puck, but a Yale player gone over the blue line. 6:15 left in the first period, with Fairfield up by 1. Malefus back out there with LeConte. LeConte going at it with Joey Jones. Reese Johnston over there as well. Win by Yale. Dumped in to the side of Fage. DeRoberts retreats. Taps it out to LeConte. LeConte, oh, it looked like he had Reese Johnston. I don't think Reese was expecting the pass. They're going to wave off icing. Johnston went down. Here comes Malefus. Oh. LeConte about a step too early. Malefus had peeled off. LeConte didn't see it. We're going to call an offside there. So coach going to change out the troops. He's got Ware, Figurino, and Scranton out there with DeRoberts and Boudry. Yale misfires. DeRoberts comes in. DeRoberts still all over the puck and finally turns it over to Jones. But DeRoberts, undeterred, steals it back. Shot onto Dryden. Boudry winds up and whiffs on the puck, though. But Boudry, able to atone for his mistake, steals the puck somehow and puts a shot on Dryden. But here comes Yale. Nice back check by mid-Fairfield. We catch up with all the Yale players. And here comes Scranton. Loose out in front. Figurino. The puck is still loose. Dryden had gone down. Blake Dryden was on the ice, but mid-Fairfield just unable to get it on an open stick. But mid-Fairfield applying a lot of pressure to Yale there. 4:47 left in the first period. Malefus back out there with Lukey and Lopiano. Lopiano shot, it's blocked. Loose out front, but Yale comes up with it. Shunk able to keep it in. Lukey tries to shovel it over and does to Lopiano. Lopiano turns and fires, misses the net. Lukey back up with it, over to Malefus. Oh, tries to saucer one. Another shot onto Dryden, and he's able to make the save with the glove. So again, Lopiano saying that was on me. He had a teammate open there. But nonetheless, mid-Fairfield applying a lot of pressure to Yale right here. Malefus, Lopiano, and Lukey still out there. Shunk and Caro back on D now. Nice play by Shunk to deny. And it's shoveled in behind Dryden. Lopiano, oh, he looked like he was trying to set up Lukey. Malefus swats at it. And here comes mid-Fairfield. Lukey with a shot, and it's in! Jackson Lukey with a blast from the slot and beats Dryden over the shoulder. And mid-Fairfield goes up by 2 with 4:01 left to play in the first period. So Jackson Lukey has been out all weekend, just on the mend, able to come back tonight for the first time and makes his presence known right away. So Correa up front with Pan and Johnston, win by Cullen Correa, but then shoveled off to the side. Correa with a big hit. And shoveled now to the side of Feach. Behind Chris, tapped over, and out into the neutral zone. It's turned over. Thrown to the opposite corner. Puck goes behind Chris. Mid-Fairfield just trying to settle things down, break it out. Got to be careful about Rothstein right there. And he does. He steals the puck, reverses course, and it's dumped back in. Hurl, though, up with the bounding puck. Over to Pan. And it's Correa now back up with it. Mid-Fairfield struggling to get it out. Finally does. Reese Johnston up with it. Across the Yale blue line. Toe drag and misfires. Nice play by Pan to tap that puck down. Hurl retreats. O'Neill over the center line. Passes it over to Pan. And we're going to call an offside here. So those should all have been on. Okay, and welcome back, folks, to the start of the second period. We are minus a cameraman right now, but I will try to do my best at both things. So, Fairfield still on a power play here. Puck back to Coccaro. Fairfield gains the zone. Low Piano leaves it up front. It skips out. Mr. Beck is going to come bail me out here. So Coccaro up with the puck. Gains the zone. Leaves it for Ludke. Ludke up with the puck, shovels it over to Malefus. Okay. Shot by Shunk, but unable to connect. Puck back into the Yale zone. That's going to kill off the penalty there. So team skating 5 aside now. Thrown out to Rothstein. Yale dumps it in. Fage stops it. And Shunk retreats into the corner, digs it out, tries to throw it out, but deflects off a couple of Yale players. Ferrante now over there. Oh, beautiful play by Malefus with his stick to deny that pass. Puck over to Ludke. Puck does not get out of the zone. Shunk with it was shot by Ferrante, and the puck whistles out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Here comes Yale, back up with the puck, dishes it off to the side. Nice poke check by Coccaro, but Yale still with the puck. Out to Schwartz, winds up, shot, way wide. Yale flying around here. And here comes Johnston, loses the handle, but dishes it off to Scranton. Puck's now loose. And here comes Yale up with it. Defenseman falls down, puck up to Johnston. Johnston with a shot, shoulder saved by Dryden. Johnston with a forecheck all over the Yale player. And too much. Thrown back into the mid-Fairfield corner. Boudry picks it up behind Fage. Surveys. Long pass. But turns it right over in the neutral zone. Yale back up with it again. So both teams getting careless with the puck in the neutral zone, resulting in a lot of turnovers so far. Oh, here comes Yale. Oh, play. They just couldn't connect, and there's going to be an icing. So Yale trying the home run pass, but unable to connect cleanly. So 14:06 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield up 2-0. Goals by Ludke and Johnston so far. Correa at center. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Oh, the dangerous O'Neill couldn't get it on his stick fast enough. Mid-Fairfield fortunate there. Hurl is able to push the puck back into the corner. Loose puck. Dryden with a pad save. Hurl pinches up. It gives Correa a little room to operate. Ware shovels it over to O'Neill. O'Neill winds up, shot, deflects. Hurl back up with it. Off-angle shot. O'Neill able to keep it in the zone, though. Pan in the corner with Ware. O'Neill fires a shot. Luckily for Mid-Fairfield, Correa comes up with it. Correa with a shot. Deflects off of Dryden. Oh, intercept by Hurl to dump it back in again. So Mid-Fairfield going for a shift change here. But here comes Yale up with the puck, stolen by Hurl. Hurl got some skating room. Fairfield still with the puck, but Rothstein comes in with some thievery, stealing the puck. Dumps it in behind Faich. O'Neill with a hit on his former teammate. Lopiano tries to pick it up. Lopiano back up with the puck. Up to Ludke. Tries to hit Malefus, unable to do so, and Yale cycles the puck around. Ludke with the steal, though. Ludke up with the puck. Ludke on the side of Dryden, but hits the brakes. Still with the puck. Throws it to the opposite corner to Malefus. Puck whistles around. Coccaro unable to keep the zone, though. Taps it over to Shunk. Oh, it's stolen by Yale. Over to Rothstein. And they're able to ride the players out. Dangerous turnover by mid-Fairfield there. But Coccaro able to get it over to Lopiano, who gains the zone, not able to hit Ludke in stride, though. Yale definitely taking some chances here. Rothstein behind Faich. Rothstein's still there. We're going to have a penalty on mid-Fairfield. So 11:25 left in the second period, and mid-Fairfield's going to go on. I believe it's their penalty kill of the day. But Rothstein so dangerous with that puck, forcing mid-Fairfield into an error. So you've got Boudry out there, Scranton, Figurino, and DeRoberts. Win by Yale. Figurino trying to keep them closer to the blue line. Player skips by DeRoberts out in front. Saved by Chris Faich. Wow, what a save. And Scranton made just slide it out. DeRoberts now up with it. Throws it to the opposite corner. Scranton chases Rothstein into the corner. Up with the puck is Figurino. Decides to waste some time out to Boudry. Shot, misses the net, whistles around the boards. Yale's going to have some numbers here. Decides to hold it up. Yale's had some opportunities. Misses the net. Rothstein picks up the errant shot. Mid-Fairfield player goes down. Shot, saved by Faich, still loose, coming around the corner. Unable to get it home. Yale, another save by Faich. So Chris Faich standing up tall here. Able to keep Yale off the score sheet right now. 27 seconds left in the penalty.
Bias.
What?
I said some bias.
I can't hear you. Oh, sorry. So Ferrante up with the puck at the top of the key. Shot, saved by Faich. Fights through the blocks, or through the screens, to be able to come up with that puck.
No, he's wrong.
Yale coach is unhappy with the refs.
No, he's wrong. He's wrong.
So sorry, there was another penalty on mid-Fairfield. So mid-Fairfield with 3 players now, trying desperately to kill off the next 15 seconds.
Take 5 more off. Hey! That's the guest team! That's the guest team!
So the ref is telling Yale they can't do a sub as they're the guest team.
No. We're still changing.
No, 97. Was Rothstein out there?
I don't know.
Okay, so Mid-Fairfield win by Mid-Fairfield. Up off the glass. Correa desperately trying to get it. Oh, Correa's going to go off here.
Hey, when did you play for Yale? Did you play for Yale last year?
All right, so some of the players. So Mid-Fairfield, it's got some work to do here. You've got Scranton, Shunk, and Gattaro up in the air. Over to Rothstein. Rothstein with a shot, misses the net. Rothstein back up at the top. They're trying to set Rothstein up. Oh, beautiful play by Scranton.
That's interference.
Shunk gets there first, throws it around. Schwarz able to keep it in the zone. Schwarz at the top of the key, over to Rothstein, shot, blocker saved by Faitch. Back out to the blue line. Schwarz with another shot, blocked by a bunch of players. Off into the corner. Rothstein back up with it. Dylan Rothstein so dangerous with that shot. The slot, shot saved by Faitch with the pad. Schwarz winds up again, another save by Faitch with the pad. And here comes Kai Scranton. He's gonna have a breakaway on a 5-on-3. Kai Scranton. Oh, and Dryden makes the save. Kai Scranton with a breakaway opportunity on a 5-on-3 after Chris Faitch with a series of 3 or 4 just amazing saves. So 28 seconds left in the penalty to Figurino. 54 seconds left in the penalty to Correa. So win by Mid-Fairfield to Roberts. Wisely takes it out of the zone and then dumps it back into the Yale zone. Malefis on the forecheck. Malefis super dangerous with that puck, trying to go for it. Yale very wary of Malefis. And Boudry is able to drive it the length of the ice. So Mid-Fairfield's going to kill off one of the penalties here. Ludke comes out onto the ice. And Boudry able to slide it there. Ludke races down. Wasting some time on the penalty. And Yale looks to break things out. They're keeping Joey Jones high up by the Mid-Fairfield blue line. Oh! Malefis goes down hard, an open ice hit. Boudry now up with it, taps it for Malefis. Oh, beautiful play by Malefis, leaving it for Correa. Correa's got Ludke. Over to Boudry, just couldn't get a stick on it. Oh, and here comes Yale. But nice poke check by Ludke. And Mid-Fairfield is able to kill off 3 penalties. They had a 5-on-3 for Yale at one point. And Mid-Fairfield is able to dodge the bullet there. 6:51 left in the second period. So you've got Hurl and O'Neill out on D. O'Neill races over there and taps the puck back in. Now Hurl comes to the opposite corner, does the same thing, taps the puck in deep. LeConte is over there with Johnston. Rothstein enters the fray on the end board. Both teams digging at the puck. And Rothstein comes out with it, throws it out. But Mid-Fairfield able to dump it back in. Steal by Johnston. Over to LeConte, unable to connect cleanly on the puck. Hurl able to dump it in. Mid-Fairfield battling off by the glass. Over to Hurl. Hurl dumps it in, but it deflects off a couple of players. 5:52 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield up 2-0. Critical point in the game was just a few minutes ago with Chris Faich coming up with some tremendous saves and Mid-Fairfield penalty killers killing off a 5-on-3. Puck loose out in front. Sorry, Shunk had a shot on net. The puck whistles to the opposite corner. Kakaro's got a race out there. He's hounded by a couple of Yale players, hits the brakes, taps it off. Pan trying to work the puck free. Kakaro's got the rolling puck over to Shunk. And Ware now gets on his horse, races down the ice against Hoffman, gets there first. Ware pins the puck in the corner, but leaves it for a teammate. Yale trying to shovel the puck out now. And stolen by Kakaro, who now goes back into the Yale zone, puts a shot on Dryden that he's able to cover up. 4:58 left in the second period. Lots of up and down action so far. No scoring as of yet in the second period. So Malefis back at center. He's got Lopiano and Ludke out there. Thrown to the opposite corner. Oh, puck contested. Rothstein all over it. And the puck whistles down the boards. That's going to be an icing. 4:33 left in the second period. So coach will run with the same group. And Rothstein loses the zone as Lopiano was all over him. Rothstein throws it into the zone. Faich is able to slow it down just a little bit. Lopiano and Ludke, Malefis all now. And it's going to be an offside on Mid-Fairfield. So coach changes out his lines here. He's got Scranton up front, Vartanian. And Correa. Long pass. Rothstein with a nifty move, but loses the handle. Should have been, it looks like it was an offside there. Scranton now up with it. Tries to feed Vartanian. Vartanian with a nice pass to DeRoberts. And he can't get it by Dryden, though. Scranton over to DeRoberts, shot. Loose out in front. Big rebound right there. Mid-Fairfield still working it. Behind Dryden. Slides it over to Boudry, shot. Unable to hit the net. Hurl gets the errant shot. Throws it back into the center. But Hurl doing a nice job maintaining possession of the puck. Here comes Vartanian, who tries sliding it over to Scranton. Correa now back on the puck. Hurl pinches in. Still loose behind the end board. And finally, Yale looks to settle things down. Forecheck by Correa. Look at the Yale players retreat deeper into their own zone, but finally they managed to break it out. O'Neal pins the Yale players up along the corner, and finally Figurino emerges with the puck, slides it over to LeConte. LeConte with a blast! Unable to hit the net, but Hurl there dumps it back in again. Still battling for possession along the glass. Yale gonna try some home run passes here with Jones. Nice pass. Figurino, though, loses the handle, but LeConte back up with it. Oh, stolen by Yale, but a good poke check by LeConte. Dumped the puck over to Johnston. Johnston kicks it out, dumps it over to LeConte, but they lose the handle as Figurino dump back in. Faitch is able to slow the puck down, leaves it for O'Neal. Yale goes for a shift change. O'Neal over center ice, crashes the net, but loses the handle. Coccaro, unable to keep it in the zone, through the neutral zone, waits for his teams to get on center. Rothstein back up with it. Rothstein with the shot, saved by Faitch off the pad. Malefus back up with it. Malefus is hounded by Aldred and loses the handle. Rothstein pokes his nose and causes the deflection. Mid Fairfield dumps it back in again. Oh, beautiful play by Ware with a poke check out in front. And back out of the zone. Cassidy now at center ice dumps it in behind Faitch. And Shunk back up with it. 27 seconds left. Oh, Malefus didn't see the puck. It went right by him. But Coccaro able to pick up the loose change. Here comes Malefus back up with it. And that'll do it. So the second period, no scoring in the second period, but we'll take a 10-minute break. Yeah, do you know how to do that? Okay, so folks, I think we're back now. So in your absence, Christian Lopiano with a big goal to push it back up to 3. So 11:03 left. Also Chris Faich with a save off the mask. Mid Fairfield also killed off a penalty. Oh, down to the right side of Faich. Saved by Chris Faich. Fenstead was able to get around the mid-Fairfield defense. Fairfield up 3-0. So win by Yale. Oh, saved by Faich. Dog-legged off of one of the players' skates. Loose out in front. Shot by Rothstein. Oh, and it ticked off the crossbar, went straight down, and here comes Mr. Fairfield. Malefis with a shot, saved by Dryden. Malefis underturned, and he's hauled down. Figurino swats at the puck. Nothing. Lopiano now back up with it. So a lot of action right here. .07 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up by 3. And folks, we apologize about some of the technical issues. We've had a lot of problems lately. I don't know why. We need Mr. Scranton, I think. Figurino leaves it for Shunk with a shot on the ice. Mid-Fairfield overskates it. Now Yale's going to have some numbers here. Shot saved by Faich off the pad, off to the other side. Misses the net. Whistles around to the other corner. Dumped back in. Shunk able to steal it. Shunk now races up the ice. Okay. All right. So, folks, we have had a myriad of issues.
The battery just died.
Sorry, folks, we've had a myriad of issues. We need Mr. Scranton back desperately. While you were gone, Matty Caccaro ran into Blake Dryden in the net. Blake's okay, but that was about it. Yale looks to be resorting to a lot of home run passes now on the ice. Quite the game, though, aside from our AV issues that we're having. Puck up in the air. Swats at it. DeRoberts throws up the puck. Over to Pan, who's unable to handle it in the neutral zone. Ticks off a Ware's stick and dumped back into the Yale zone. DeRoberts dumps it back in.
You know how to adjust the exposure? Very, very bright now, I'm told.
Here. No, that's about it. Shot onto Dryden by Correa. Still pinned along the boards. Ware with the puck. Pan gets there, but here comes Yale. They're gonna have a 3-on-2 if they hustle. Shot on Faich. Goes off to the side though. Boudry gives chase. Shot, blocker saved by Faich. Yale reloads. Boudry pins the player against the glass. And finally, Courageous shoves the player out of the way. And Mid-Fairfield's able to dump it in for a shift change. Oh, stolen by Malefus, but then turned over. Now stolen again by Mid-Fairfield. Malefus back up with it. Oh, he had low piano for the tap in. Just unable to connect. Malefus twirls around. Shot loose. Shot by Shunk. Skips by the net. Caccaro races in. Passes it over to Figurino. Out to Shunk. Blocked. Shunk picks up his own shot. Another shot. Misses the net. Figurino back up with it. Shovels it out to Malefus. Over to Shunk. Over to Figurino. Back to Malefus. Gets by one player. And Dryden just leaps on the puck. Yanni Malefus working hard out there for those loose pucks. And it showed, gave Mid-Fairfield 3 or 4 different opportunities to score. .650 left in the game. You've got Scranton out there with LeConte and Lukey, sorry, shot by Lukey. Lukey back up with the puck. Throws it out to Caccaro. Caccaro with a floater over into the corner. Lukey gives chase. Lukey dumps it in to LeConte. Over to Shunk, shot. Mid-Fairfield still working at it. Caccaro picks up the errant pass. Over to Shunk. Shunk, oh, and Shunk is thrown down hard. Lukey taking exception to that. But Weiser, but Blake Dryden comes in, has something to say to Lukey. 6:11 left. Shunk took a big hit. Okay, so it looks like Yale's